Imagine standing on the edge of the Nile River over 5,000 years ago. The sun beats down on golden sands, the pyramids don't exist yet, and the world's first great civilization is just beginning to rise from the banks of this ancient river. Welcome to ancient Egypt, a civilization that would endure for over 3,000 years, outlasting empires, kings, and even time itself. In the next 10 minutes, we'll journey through the entire history of this extraordinary civilization, from its mysterious beginnings to its final breath under Roman rule. Let's begin. It all starts around 3100 BCE, when two lands, Upper Egypt in the south and Lower Egypt in the north, were unified by a king named Narmer, also known as Menes. He didn't just unify land, he created identity. The concept of pharaoh, the double crown, and the eternal link between king and gods. Imagine if a modern president was also considered a living god. That's how pharaohs ruled. This era, called the early dynastic period, laid the foundation for a kingdom obsessed with order, legacy, and immortality. And where do you build that legacy? In stone. Enter the Old Kingdom around 2686 BCE. This is the age of the pyramids, those iconic colossal tombs that still tower over the desert today. The most famous, of course, is the Great Pyramid of Giza, built for Pharaoh Khufu. No machines, no wheels, just tens of thousands of workers, brilliant engineering, and sheer will. The pyramid wasn't just a tomb, it was a message to eternity. I was here, I ruled, remember me. But even gods on earth can fall. After centuries of centralized power, the Old Kingdom collapsed into chaos. What followed was the First Intermediate Period, a time of civil war, drought, and decentralization. Pharaohs lost their grip, and local warlords took over. But Egypt rose again. By around 2055 BCE, the Middle Kingdom restored order. Think of it like Egypt's Renaissance, a time of literature, science, and more inclusive leadership. Pharaohs weren't just gods anymore, they were shepherds of the people, but this golden glow wouldn't last forever. Then came the Second Intermediate Period, when foreign rulers, the Hyksos, took control of parts of Egypt. But they brought something useful, horses and chariots. The Egyptians learned, adapted, and struck back. What followed was the New Kingdom, starting around 1550 BCE, Egypt's Golden Age. This was the time of empire. Pharaohs like Thutmose III, Seti I, and the legendary Ramses II expanded Egypt's reach from Nubia to the Euphrates River. Temples grew taller, art flourished, and religion dominated every aspect of life. Gods were everywhere, Ra, Osiris, Isis, Anubis, each with a role in both life and death. And then came the heretic. In a shocking twist, Pharaoh Akhenaten threw out the old gods and worshipped just one, Aten, the sun disk. It was one of history's first experiments with monotheism, but the people weren't happy. After Akhenaten died, the old gods returned, and his son, a young boy you may have heard of, Tutankhamun. His tomb, found untouched in 1922, became the most famous archaeological discovery ever. Ironically, Tutankhamun was a minor pharaoh, but his golden mask? Immortal. After Ramses the Great, Egypt began to weaken. Corruption, invasions, and economic struggles set in. Libyans, Nubians, Assyrians, and Persians all came and went, each ruling for a time. But in 332 BCE, Egypt met its most famous foreigner, Alexander the Great. After his death, his general Ptolemy took over, starting the Greek-led Ptolemaic dynasty. This is when Egypt became a cultural melting pot. Greek ideas mixed with ancient Egyptian traditions. Temples still rose, but the gods now had Greek names too. And then came the final queen, Cleopatra VII. A brilliant, multilingual queen tried everything to save Egypt's independence. She formed alliances and romances, with Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. But Rome couldn't be stopped. In 30 BCE, after her dramatic death, Egypt became just another Roman province. The pharaohs were gone, the gods fell silent, but the legacy remained. From sand and stone, the Egyptians built one of the world's greatest civilizations. They gave us architecture, astronomy, writing, and a story that still fascinates us thousands of years later. So the next time you see the pyramids, remember, they're not just tombs, they're time machines, whispers from a civilization that refused to be forgotten. Don't forget to hit this subscribe button for more exciting videos.